Good morning. Today I wanted to show you a more fuller face of makeup, something that you might do if you want a more dramatic look. So I'm going to take one of these little blender sponges to make sure that I get some extra coverage under my eyes, because if you're going to do a little bit more eye makeup, you want to make sure that your under eyes don't have any darkness to them at all, or it's just going to look a little messy, for lack of a better word. All right, so we're just gonna pat that. This gives, imparts more color in that specific area. So that's what we're doing here. And we're gonna blend that when we put the rest of the foundation on. Okay, so I just wanna get that little extra coverage. And then if there are other areas that I want a little bit more, again, you can use that sponge to impart more makeup. Like I have this little lovely birthmark on my forehead. And it's annoying because it kind of comes out mostly when I'm stressed out or if I'm tired. Well, who wants that, right? So I'm just kind of covering up some specific areas. Now that that's done, now I'm gonna get my regular foundation brush and put my foundation everywhere. And I'm just putting some in the lid of my Savvy Mineral makeup. And again, this is Warm Number 2 is my color. So I'm gonna swirl that into my brush. And then you pat off the excess. And you're gonna press that on where you need it. If you hear a zoom coming on and off, that's my diffuser. I have my Desert Mist diffuser on right now. It has eucalyptus in it, and I love it. And I have it on the intermittent settings, so that way, every time it bursts out those smells, I can smell it really nicely. Okay, just get that foundation on. There it goes. It smells so good. Okay, since we're gonna do a little bit of a fuller face of makeup today, I'm going to get my bronzer, which is called Crowned All Over. And it's a nice kind of a bronzy, shimmery shade. And you're gonna use that as you would any other bronzer. So I'm gonna get my bronzing or blush brush, kind of what you have. I'm just gonna pat that in there. And you're gonna put that kind of in the indents of your jawline, your cheekbones, can't speak today. And then kind of like in, as if you were making threes on your faces. You can see. And this is a light shade, so it's not gonna make you look all brown and orangey or anything like that. And then I just highlight it mostly, my cheekbones like that. Any place like the sun would hit, that's where you're gonna want that. Okay, now we're going to do the I Do Believe You're Blushing Young Living blush. And this you're just gonna put on the apples of your cheeks. You don't want to take that all in your cheekbone area. You just want a little bit right there. Make sure they're even. Right, so when you look at it on the side, you don't see a whole lot, but from a distance you kind of see. It just kind of highlights everything. And then I'm gonna finish up with the Diamond Dust. That just sets everything in place. That way I don't have to touch up or worry about any makeup. Okay. So now I don't have to worry about my makeup the rest of the day. So let's get going to eyes. Let me see what I want to do today. What I want to do today is I'm going to use the Best Kept Secret as my all over color. I'm going to use Smashing. I want to make sure that that's, oh, sorry, Crushing as my highlighter color, and then Unscripted as my darker shade. So we're going to start with the Best Kept Secret, and we're going to apply that all over your eyelid. And that just gives you a good base for the color. Gives your other eyeshadows something to stick to. Do you like that? That's our morning routine in the background. The kids are eating breakfast and arguing, but only minorly today. There's no yelling, so it's a good day. All right. Okay. So that's what that looks like. Then we're going to take, I'm going to use the same brush, kind of just a flathead brush. Like I said before on my last video, I don't have the Young Living brushes yet, so I have to make do with what I have until I can get some. So I'm going to use this Unscripted color, which I really like. It's a bit of a purplish shade. It's super pretty. And I'm going to foil it, which means that I'm going to get my brush a little bit wet. That allows the pigments to stick better, and it gives it a more dramatic effect as opposed to when you're using your eyeshadows just dry. And so for today, I'm gonna apply some in my crease, and depending on your eye shape, you may want to use a different method. That's really up to you. Honey, can we wait till I'm finished with my video? What is that? Okay, I'm back from mommy duty, and let's keep going here. I think it might be one of those days today where things just don't want to cooperate with me. So let me find another mechanism to keep my thing up. But if you want to see my pretty diffuser, there it is. Isn't that pretty? That's the candlelight flicker setting. Okay, we're just gonna keep going because practice makes perfect, right? Now you can get a picture at my life, what it's really like. At any rate, Kyra gets her braces today, so it has to be a good day. She's a little bit nervous, but she has a really good attitude about it. Okay, so I didn't have enough color while I was being interrupted, so I'm gonna add that on. It may look dark at first, but I'm not finished because I'm gonna blend that out too. And that's just why I start with some of the darker colors after I have my base. I put the dark on first, and then as I add my lighter color, I kind of blend it in. And you may have makeup artists that tell you that that's the wrong way to do it, and that's fine. Everybody has their own way. I like this purplish shade because it makes my eyes stand out, and I like my eyes. It's one of my features that I like about myself. So I don't care what others say, but the plums kind of bring out that greenish color to my eyes. I had to have my coffee this morning. All right, so now I'm gonna add the Crushing, which is kind of a peachy shade, and you may not think that peachy and that purplish shade would go together. I like them because they're both colors that bring out my eyes. So the purple brings out kind of the greenish brownish part, and the corals bring out more of that green part of my eyes. Here they come running up the stairs. Oh, they're not coming in. Maybe they're figuring it out on their own today. Okay, so I want that kind of peachy shade on the base of my eyelash and on the inside, because you don't want a whole lot of really dark shade on the inside of your eye. It's going to make your eyes close out, and it's going to make you look maybe like you have a black eye, and it's not really the look I'm going for. Don't think my husband would appreciate that a whole lot. So again, you're just going to kind of put it on that lash line, a little bit above it, and on in that center area. I want a little bit more of the lighter color, so I'm just putting some lavender on my brush, and kind of right over that center of the eye where your iris is. I'm going to add just a little bit more of that, and I wet it so that it's a darker, has more color to it. And I want to give it something that's kind of visually appealing. So there, that's how it looks. Kind of put that right there, like right over where my iris would be. Okay. I'm just gonna have a towel under here. I'm just wiping my brushes off as I go. Keep them kind of clean. And then I just have like a blending brush. And I don't have anything on here, but I'm just gonna, in circular motions, I'm just gonna kind of blend in my eyeshadow. See, so all of that darkness is starting to kind of blend in, right? So it's not going away. Gotta check it, make sure they're kind of equal. Okay, and I want to do some eyeliner. I just did eyeshadow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a small brush, and I'm going to wet it, and then I'm going to kind of blend in the moistness of it. Just because I don't want it sopping wet, I want my eyeshadow to stick to it. So I'm using that purplish shade, and I'm going to kind of really work that into my brush, because I'm going to use that same eyeshadow color as my eyeliner. Okay, so I'm just kind of working that in, tapping off any excess. This is the brush that I have. That's what I'm going to use. Hey son, I'm still working on my video, okay? Your belt is in my car, in the front seat.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, I wish I was. Can you close my door, please?
Fine.
Thank you. Who knew a 6-year-old could have so much attitude? And there you go. I don't know if this younger ones get so much attitude because they have older siblings to watch, model their behavior after them, but all 3 of my kids have attitude. And on days that I struggle with that attitude, I just remind myself that when they're adults and they're older, I'm going to be really grateful that they know how to stick up for themselves and voice their opinions, because I don't want them to be followers the rest of their lives. Okay. So this is not a super dark line. And depending on the brush you use, you can get more or less color. So I fall over this morning. You're just seeing the best. Okay, sorry, I want to get a little bit more color. If you guys are ever like me, I always try to fit too much into my morning sometimes. But I'm grateful that I get to sit at the dentist office with my daughter for about an hour and a half. So I get to read my book, maybe read my Bible, get some quiet time as we're sitting there. Thank goodness she's not too worried about it. She's kind of not excited. I don't think that's the right word, but she's not super nervous. A lot of our friends have braces. I think she's like the only one of like her core group that don't have them. So she knows she'll be fine. And this is the perfect time. She lost all of her baby teeth. So now they're ready to put everything in motion and get everything situated. For me, I don't line or even put mascara on my bottom lashes. That's just a personal thing that I don't do because with the way my lashes are and how much moisturizer I use around my eye area, if I put too much under there, it just ends up flaking off and then makes me look kind of messy. So I don't like that. So I never put eyeliner under there. Maybe the most that I would do is take a little bit with the brush and just kind of wipe the excess, so to speak, right along there. And then, like I said at the last video, they ran out of the mascara at Young Living, so I'm using 100% Pure, which is a good brand. Not earning points and can't get freebies with it, but it's still good. And so this also is a plum shade. I'm kind of continuing that. Okay, I forgot my lip gloss, so I'm gonna pause this video, let this coat of mascara dry. I'm gonna grab my lip gloss so that way you can see the whole finished product. Okay, so let's just finish up here. Getting good at using this screen as my makeup mirror.
Mom, why are you getting sweaty?
Because I'm taking Kyra to the dentist today. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, I have a wiggly tooth in a gap.
Show him. All right, so I'm going to use this Young Living lip gloss that I really like. It's a neutral shade. It's called Embrace. It's really pretty. Has peppermint in it, so it gives your lips a nice little pucker. And then I'm all done. What do you think, Sai?
I think
Is Mommy ready for the day? All right, have a great day.